morning, everyone. Welcome back to the FanCon from home live stream. Joined by me, or joined with me,
Yep. With you.
joining me. As always, is our behind the scenes puppeteer, Paul Glendinning. Whoop,
Hello,
whoop,
hello.
whoop. The thanked, like, bones and guts of this thing, where he's basically having to manipulate all the streams and load everybody in and all that kind of business. And
I've been
I
thanked far too much this weekend, so I'm doing just fine. But thank you, though.
oh, and I am Norm Coyne, so the OG founder of FanCon, and yeah, man, I'm super excited. This is our last day, which is bittersweet.
Yes.
We have some great stuff coming up. We've got at noon today, we have Veronica Taylor, beloved guest of FanCon, and she is the benefactor of many moments at our convention. And so that is at noon. She's going. Today's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you
Happy
mothers
Mother's
out
Day.
there. Yay! Good work on all those children. So so Veronica is actually going to be joined by her daughter, who, if any of you actually got a chance to talk to Veronica while she was here, her daughter joined her. So family is very important to her. And I just think that's kind of cool, right? So, and then at 2 o'clock, we have Denise Crosby. Like she was pre-FanCon. Some of you might know that we actually did a Barkerville Geekend event. James and I did one in Barkerville, and the lineup was Denise Crosby, Claudia Christian, Dean Hagland, and it was the predecessor to FanCon. So in many ways, laid the groundwork for the FanCon that we know today. So Denise Crosby, just in case you don't know, but I'm sure you probably all know if you're tuning in, Star Trek Next Generation, Walking Dead, Suits, 48 Hours, Pet Cemetery, the original Pet Cemetery, and of course, The Doctor's Case. So yeah, that's at 2 o'clock, and then at 3 o'clock, out. So 3 till 5 is Allison Spokes, who is from Ethereal Art and Geek Tarot. She is going to be doing live Geek Tarot readings. So you will, actually, I don't even know how she does it. I think you message in,
Yep.
she pulls a card, she reads for you, and that is free. So it's just something that she's going to be doing. I know I'm going to get it done. You going to get it done, Paul?
Sure, I'm down for it.
Right on. Let's anger the gods. No, just kidding. So great. And then at 5 o'clock, we're going to bring our team back together, and we're going to bid you a fond farewell as we ride off into the sunset until tomorrow, when we are back for other reasons, just doing posts and stuff like that. But that will conclude at that point the FanCon from home weekend.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Perfect. And of course, we have a sponsor as well too.
Is it Tourism Prince George?
It should be.
Just kidding. That's I love these mugs that they have. So if you're ever out at an event and see them,
Do you sell the prop for our sponsor?
ooh,
Invite
do
them
we
all to
have somebody
consider.
you can bring in right now?
Well, I can bring everybody in right now if you want to actually talk to the sponsors. We could do that.
Yeah, hold on. You talk for a minute, and I'll grab my props.
All right, I'll talk for a minute. And so, let's see here. It's not going to switch up, is it? Oh, weird. Well, we're going to figure that out as well, too. We did a couple of little different things here, so we're going to look at Norm's chair while I talk. But basically, as he's getting ready to talk about our response, we want to thank everybody who's been going to fancon.ca, who's been jumping on the site and clicking on that donate button. It's all for United Way as well, too. That's what the purpose of this is, bringing together the community, bringing together the people, having a great time. Everybody's been donating their time, taking it out of their day, especially on a day like Mother's Day, coming together, having great conversations, and going that United Way goes a long way. Otherwise, we are streaming live right now. We are on Facebook. We are on Twitch. We are also on YouTube. So check out those channels. I see the props coming in right now, and Norm is up and running. Perfect timing, Norm. Who is that? Now he can hear me. Who is that sponsor?
Hey, so product sponsors for this weekend. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. I'm always so bad with how. Okay, here we go. Product sponsors. Wait a minute. There we go.
There you go.
Okay. Over, up. Okay. Trench Brewing and Barkerville Brewing, co-sponsors, which you never see anymore when it's similar products. But these guys are both very good friends of FanCon. There we go. And so for each stream, they have individually been sponsoring each stream. So highly, highly, highly encourage you to get out there, especially on a beautiful day like this. Well, don't get out there. We want you to watch us. But get out and get some Barkerville and some Trench Brewing. That's it.
Perfect. Shall we bring in our guests?
Let's do it, Paul.
Okay, we're going to admit them in right now. Oh, I see Pat jumped off. Hopefully Pat jumps back. There we go. Video should be coming through any moment now.
Cameron, I don't see you, but do I hear you? Cameron?
Oh.
I see you're muted.
Hello? Start
Hey,
video.
man.
Hey, here we go.
There we go. How you doing, buddy?
Well, I'm here. It seems to be working.
There we go. That's half the battle.
Well, I'm here. It seems to be working.
That's half the battle.
Oh, that's an echo.
I can hear somebody's listening to us on online. I can hear somebody's listening to us on.
No, I turned it off.
I can hear somebody listening to us on. Figures it's the techie guys that have like the extra audio.
We were trying to give you the views.
Right? We appreciate it. We appreciate it implicitly. Okay, so Cameron, how's it been going this weekend?
It's been exciting watching everything, trying to keep on all the different stuff going on for the virtual FanCon. Brilliant idea, Norm. Tip of the hat to you. That's really well done.
Thanks, buddy. I mean, it's you've been with me since day one, and so I mean, like we've seen it all together. Truly, it's good that this actually like. I mean, both you and I, we couldn't have actually let this weekend go by with something happening, right? Like it's just
I had to do something to recognize all of the fans that have been out and supporting FanCon for the last 5 years. So I think that's important. I think what you've done is a fantastic step forward.
Absolutely. Another OG, obviously, Pat and Julie, Game Quest. I love you guys.
Oh, thanks. We love you too.
How's it been going for you guys?
Good. Yeah,
Pretty good.
It's well, as good as it can be at the moment with reduced hours. But as we said in the stream the other night, Prince George is an awesome community, so they're really trying to look out for local business at the moment. We're getting requests all the time with like, hey, I need this, and I wanted to check with you guys before I order it online, etc. So yeah, we've been doing okay. We'll get through it.
For sure. Anything stand out? Like, have you guys been watching the streams?
Yeah,
We watched a few of them. Yeah, we've had them on.
Yeah, cool. Anything decent or provocative that you've seen?
That
all of it.
provocative. The winning cosplay was absolutely fantastic.
Wow, was it ever, eh?
Wasn't it gorgeous?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. One of my favorite characters too in World of Warcraft, Sylvanas.
Oh yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah.
I feel bad because I should know all that stuff. I mean, I saw the costume and I was like, that is an epic costume. And I'm like, I have no idea where it's from, truly. But
World of Warcraft in particular would be hard for you to catch up on now. It's just so much lore, so many characters in it. It's a game that's been going for 10 or more years. So there's a lot of characters.
You play World of Warcraft, Cameron?
I started off playing EverQuest back in the day. I transitioned to World of Warcraft very briefly. I just couldn't hang on. Just took too much time to be to really grasp what was going on and be able to get your characters where you need them to be.
Yeah, it's a huge time sink.
We only play casually nowadays, but we used to be in like progressive raiding guilds and things, and up till 4 a.m. and.
Yeah, I remember those from my EverQuest days. The same thing. It was long guild nights where you're trying to get to the end mob and be able to take it out. It's 4 hours. Massive recoveries. Trying to do it again.
Yep. All the corpse runs.
Yep.
Nice. Well, I got you guys on here. I'm curious. Like, obviously, if you've been following the streams, we've been asking people what they've been particularly enjoying during the lockdown. Right, like, so what books, what movies, what games
Yep.
Have they been enjoying? So Cameron, how about you let me know what have you been really kind of loving during the lockdown?
Okay, so I've gone back to my fan favorite. It's the new Battlestar Galactica series with Edward James Olmos, who was here just recently, and we had Michael Hogan there at the beginning. Some of my favorite actors. It was a great series. Just loved that. I've been rehashing that and killing some hours with that.
Nice. I love it. That is actually one of my favorite series of all time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We
What about you guys?
Well, we spoke to Julie's brother just recently. He's doing the same thing. He was saying he's doing Battlestar Galactica again. We've been doing one of the chronological versions of the MCU movies. So going through them in the way that's suggested for the story to make most sense rather than the dates they were released. And it does make a lot more sense. I highly suggest you do it if you go through it. It just links everything back in together more fluidly.
So start to finish, what is that? What kind of time commitment is that?
22 movies.
Yeah.
So like 36 hours? Well, probably more than that. I would say
okay.
over 40 hours.
Probably close to 50 hours because a lot of them are 2.5 hours long each. So
Yeah.
probably close to 50 hours.
The last few were like 3 hours each. So yeah. But
Crazy.
I think we've got 5 left at the moment.
I think we're down to
Maybe 4.
Yeah, we're down to 4 left.
Yeah.
Crazy. Cool. And what about for products? Like, because I mean, obviously you guys both are still operating. Cameron, what has been something that people have been kind of gravitating towards, or like a sort of more of a hot item from Great White?
So for us, the biggest thing for us right from the beginning is how do we keep our staff safe and keep our customers safe and follow the guidelines from Dr. Bonnie. She's a phenomenal public health officer, and we're very fortunate to have her here in BC. She's been on top of stuff from the get-go. So really appreciate her advice there. What we've been seeing is the big fan favorite right now is puzzles. Things to do to keep you occupied for hours and hours on end as you're sitting around your house wondering how many more times you have to restock the liquor cabinet before this is all over.
Awesome. What about you guys, Pat and Julie?
Consoles.
Yeah, consoles are just, I mean, for a while there, it was Switches, to the point where we had to make like an announcement on our page that we don't have any Switches and we're not likely to get any because we don't get them new. It's only when people want to trade them. So right now, when everybody wants them, everybody's at home, they're not going to come and trade one to us. So yeah, but we were getting like 10 plus requests a day for the Nintendo Switch, and now it's just all consoles. And then we also seeing we're doing a lot of buying on the days we're open as well. A lot of people have done some spring cleaning or gone through some old games they don't play anymore and they want to change them over to something new and fresh. So we're turning over a lot of stock at the moment, just in the 3 days we're open. So yeah, it's good.
So for people that aren't familiar, like you guys trade, you buy, you sell used games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. So say I'm a guy who's like, okay, I've got a Wii U or a Wii or something like that. What is my process right now? I would like phone down, or like how does that work?
Phone down. You can find us on Facebook. You can send a message to our new website, which I'm going to plug every time I have a chance. And yeah, we can basically give you a price. Quite often people, before they want to come down, especially if they've got a lot of stuff, they'll actually send us photos through Facebook, and the guys will happily give them an estimate before they even bother coming down. Obviously, we check condition and things like that as they come in. But yeah, it's all pretty easy for us. We offer a rate that's fair, and most people can work it out for themselves and know what we're going to offer before they come down. Yeah.
Cool. Cameron, board game. What's the hot board game right now?
The hottest board game we've got right now is it's Catan. It's the go-to for families. It's got great expansions on it. Thank you for the reminder, guys. We too have a new website that does online sales. Our website's been around for a very long time, but we've added the shop option now. One of those things is required.
We're getting there.
We're doing the curbside pickup, the free in-town delivery.
Awesome.
So the things we're trying to do to make it better for people.
For sure.
But as far as board games go, it's got to be Catan. I mean, it's a fan favorite. It's go-to. Though there's some really cool ones, and especially I've had a few people, sadistic as they may be, playing Pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lean into it. Just lean into it.
We've played the pandemic.
That's amazing.
The
Yeah,
I
pandemic.
can totally see that.
Yeah.
I can totally see it. That's hilarious. What's so? You know what? I've actually never played Catan. Like, what kind of time commitment is? I know we've played Ticket to Ride.
Variable.
Is that sort of similar, Cameron?
Similar. I mean, you can play Catan in about 30 minutes to 45 minutes if you're experienced and know what you're doing. It also depends on how Machiavellian your fellow players are. Some of them, if they try to really strategic, could draw the game out a little bit longer than it should be.
Yeah.
And then for Catan, there's different like editions, right? So I mean, like, is it different time periods?
No, Catan is the ultimate pyramid board game. They suck you into buying the basic game for 2 to 4 people. And then there's an extension to it that allows you to play 5 or 6 players. And then they have expansions, and there's 4 different expansions, I believe, right now.
Yeah.
And each one of those expansions then has extensions as well if you want to add 5 or 6 players. So it's the ultimate pyramid board game. We love it. It's fantastic.
That's awesome.
We recently got out of board games, but as we were doing so, Catan was sort of the last one we hung on to for a bit longer before finally just cutting ties with the board game world.
Right on.
Yeah,
Right
it's
on.
definitely a good one.
What about one of the other things that people have been talking a lot about on the streams is different foods that they've been enjoying or making, or like that's been a common thread. Like, honestly, it's interesting. Common threads have been books on tape, which literally everybody has used that term, books on tape, even though there is no such thing as a book on tape anymore. So we're all dated. So I find that very interesting. But then food, like, people have been like, okay, well, you know what? I'm doing like rice bowls when I've never had time to do rice bowls before, or making my own bread, which is a big one. I'm like, Cameron, have you been doing much cooking during the time?
No, I haven't had a need to cook because my daughter, who's a teenager, is at home and exceptionally bored, has coming up with new ways of baking new things, making new things. It's been a lot of fun. Unfortunately, she's making my wife and I a little chubby right now.
It's nice to have that, though. You basically have an in-house chef then.
Yeah, luckily, she missed your panel yesterday. It was just me watching when you were discussing the things around the kitchen.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's neat. Bob's such a great guy. Actually,
I want his background.
Right?
I want his kitchen background.
Fun fact too, his cookbook that's coming out in October actually has a blurb about Prince George. And so that's kind of cool, right? It's like we befriend these folks and then we've left an impression on them. Always love having that guy back. And Jagdish is actually she's part of one of the recipes that's actually included in his book. So Jagdish from Karahi King. Pat and Julie, what about you guys? What have you been cooking, eating?
Not a whole lot original. I'm not much of a cook. I'm a lazy cook. You know, in the craft fairs, you get those like it's a long tube with all the spices and stuff in it, like the Three Sisters soup, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Those have been a godsend for this lazy cook. It's
Throw them in a slow cooker.
Yeah, I've just recently started trying to get the hang of my grandma's old pasta recipe. Made a few batches of pasta that are getting there. I'm getting used to it. Yeah, that's aside from that, because we're lazy cooks, we're trying to support local and get our lunches and dinners when we're too lazy to even bother throwing anything on the stove. Trying to find the local restaurants as opposed to the big chains. I mean, I know even the chains employ local people, but still, gotten a few lunches from Nancy O's.
Yep. Not using skip. Nope.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of stuff about that. But have you guys been also enjoying beers from Barkerville and Trench?
Not specifically, but if those guys want to send me some, I'll happily review them.
Yeah, there you go.
Review them. And I have, been in Australia, and I've got good experience.
There you go. Actually, it's an Australian that does the deliveries for Trench.
Oh, really?
Right now, yeah.
I'll have to order some.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So, and Cameron, for Great White, I'm like, you've got your entire suite of offerings online. Like if I wanted to actually buy a board game, I'm just like, I go in and everything's listed. How does that work?
So at greatwhite.ca, you'll find that we have probably 3/4 of our board games online right now with images, no descriptions to speak of, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But as for the store itself, we have maybe 1/3 of the store online.
Gotcha.
Maybe 1/3. It's a very long process to get everything up and uploaded and activated and make sure the right shipping charges are being charged for each item.
You guys have massive inventory too. I imagine that would take some time just to upload everything.
Oh, very much so.
So if somebody wants to, if they look on your site and they don't have, like if they don't see what they want, where would they actually reach out to?
Just Facebook us or call us. Either one works. Email us. We're on Facebook at Great White. You can't miss us. We're happy to help you out.
Awesome. And Pat and Julie, for Game Quest, is it like what's on your site? Like, are you guys selling on your site?
Not at the moment. That's a plan, a close future plan, hopefully. Something we've been working on for a while. The site has the ability to do all that, so it's something we're going to hopefully unlock in the near future. At the moment, it's just an information portal. We didn't really have a website to speak of for many years. So it's at the moment it's sort of an about Game Quest. We've got a lot of photos and things of various events we've done, a lot of photos of custom computers and that sort of thing for the customs work that we do. So you can sort of go on there and see examples of what we do and what we're about at the moment. The best place to find us for sure is Facebook. We're super responsive on Facebook. We're really proud of our record on Facebook. So if you're ever wanting anything, reach out there, and we'll get onto you and help you out as soon as you can.
Once or twice a week, we're trying to, even though we're not open through the weekdays, once or twice through the weekdays, we try to go down to the store and answer all the messages throughout and sort of set aside hold packages that people have asked for. Like, do you have this? Do you have that? Do you have, we sort of personal shop, put together the hold package, and then people can come in on the Friday, Saturday, and pick them up.
Right on. We have linked both of the websites into this stream.
Thank you.
Very fancy.
Yeah, right. This is the technology. When it works, the technology is great. So parting words, because we're gonna take a little break after this. Cameron, you got anything to share with the world before we let you go?
So it's a little piece that people may not be aware of. I know you try to plug it incessantly, Norm, but I don't know if you're self-promoting quite as much as you should be on this particular piece. And that is, when you look at how FanCon started, and you look at the intent of what you and Colleen Sparrow were trying to do for the Citizen, I don't think you realized at the time what it was going to spin off and into. And the amount of different avenues and webs you've spun out from your web through this course has been quite impressive, especially if you look at things like your movie production with Barkerville Cinemas and The Doctor's Case and the new series you got that you're premiering now or doing your piloting on, and some of the other stuff you have in the works. Like, I think that's a huge piece of work that should be recognized a lot more than it actually is right now, of how something as simple as FanCon's concept has turned into this much bigger project that's done so much more with awareness of Prince George and what we have to offer here. So well done, Norm.
Oh, I appreciate that, buddy. That almost brought a tear to my eye. I appreciate it, though. That's really, thank you so much, buddy. Pat and Julie, how are you going to top that?
I don't know that we can. I was thinking the whole time going, man, Cam's really killing it here.
He's so articulate.
How are we going to follow up? I think the biggest thing for me would be to just thank him throughout all this, and even from the inception of FanCon, which we weren't originally part of. The first FanCon that I went to was only the second con I've ever been to, but since then it's become a massive part of growing our community and letting people know, what we do, and just meeting so many awesome people. I wasn't ever into cosplay really before FanCon, but the more I see the amount of work that goes into that sort of stuff, being a creative person myself, I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll whip something up for the next one. The biggest thing I'd like to say to the community, though, is thank you in general. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for supporting the dream that was FanCon. The Kickstarter this year was an awesome success. So thanks to everybody for that. And thanks for watching today and just being part of this cool thing.
Awesome. And I will convey my thanks to both you guys. for being with us ongoing, right? Like FanCon just would not happen without sponsors, and I like thank you so much, because it would kill me to see it ever go away. And so with support from guys like you, I know we're gonna keep this going and keep it going strong. So
For sure.
For years.
Yep.
thank you so much, guys.
No worries.
Thanks,
Norm.
Norm.
Thanks.
Cheers.
See you guys.
We're getting everybody today.
This better be an HD movie. I mean, I work hard. I gotta work hard.
Full HD. It doesn't get much more HD than this. He doesn't know that I'm actually following what I was thinking.
You're a stormtrooper. Profile. Watch it out. Overall. Nice.